So Jump Festa is currently happening right now in Japan, and we're getting a lot of news in regards to pretty much anything anime related over the course of the next year or so. I mean, a lot of cool things that we saw is Bleach's comeback. I think they got the first visuals for it, which is kind of badass. And, you know, we're also getting a lot of Dragon Ball news. So yeah, let's talk about Dragon Ball Superhero, because I have a lot to say about this movie. First and foremost, game-wise, we haven't really seen anything else. I think at the time we were recording this video, they haven't even dove into that yet. But I assume it's going to be heavily focused around Dokkan Legends and Dragon Ball Breaker. So it's really not going to be exciting to kind of like dive into. Unless they happen to reveal more stuff about like Xenoverse DLC and maybe even like dive into like more Dragon Ball Fighter stuff. It's not going to be a good year for Jump Festa. Previously, we always had a lot of hype stuff happening. But right now, we're in this like weird like calm period in Dragon Ball where I feel like they don't know where they're going with it, but they still want to toss something out there. And that's why I'm not as excited about Dragon Ball Superhero. Even the name is such a tongue twister, mouthful. Superhero. Superhero squared. Dragon Ball Super squared. That's what we're going to call it. So yeah, Gohan. Gohan's going to get a big focus. You know what's funny? Here's the irony of it. For years, I've been talking about how much I want to see Gohan come back and do some cool stuff again. You know, growing up, Gohan was one of my favorite characters. You know, the way he was on Namek, the ultimate fight against him and Cell, him obliterate himself with the father-son Kamehameha. Gohan was always it. And then he grew up. Once he grew up, he wasn't it. When Dragon Ball Super came back, especially, we saw that evidence so much, you know, from him taking on Frieza only to get the shit kicked out of him, and his overall fights in, you know, even the Tournament of Power wasn't even that great. Gohan has always had like the short end of the stick, and that says a lot considering how often that happens in the Dragon Ball universe. Shout out to all Vegeta fans. I feel you. But Gohan gets even the worst treatment. So now we're finding a situation where Gohan's getting an actual movie, and I should be excited, but I'm just really not, and I don't know why. You know, my biggest fear, and it's something me and Dado have been talking about for like the last couple months, is that this new movie ends up basically being like Yo-Son and Goku Friends Return, where it's just basically like a lighthearted movie that they kind of toss out there just to have something out there for the Dragon Ball IP. I mean, think about it. Broly was a fantastic movie. In fact, comment section below, if you watched the movie recently, or if you haven't, I need you to go check it out. I want to know, how do you feel about the movie now? It's been 3 years. Like, literally, this movie came out 3 years ago, like, I think 2 weeks ago, something like that. How do you feel about that? The only reason why I asked is because, to me, Dragon Ball Super Broly was a movie that I always had at the top of my list for favorite Dragon Ball movies. And I always used to tell myself this movie's going to age like fine wine, which it did. I just watched it twice in the past week. I don't know why. There was even one night, no, actually, much like 3 times. There's even one night where I put it on once, the movie ended, and I started over. Because it was that good. That movie is fantastic and aged so well. It gave me everything I wanted in a Dragon Ball movie. Good action, good animation, and pretty decent story. I never liked Broly as a character. They made me like Broly, so that's why I'm like super pro Dragon Ball Super Broly. But now we're in a situation where we got the Red Ribbon Army come back again with androids or something, and then it's gonna be centered around Piccolo and Gohan, which has a lot of potential. Let me not knock it completely. There's a lot of potential behind it because, again, I've always wanted to see Gohan do something cool, but I want him to do something cool against important scenarios. You know, we know that Gohan isn't exactly up to par with being one of the best fighters anymore. So, like, I feel like whatever threat is coming his way is gonna be so minuscule, where it's like Vegeta and Goku are probably like, you know what, Gohan and Piccolo got it. Let's just go train. They got it. And I guess what I want to see is that same threat. I want to see a crazy threat where, you know, Gohan has to really step it up and do something. But unfortunately, we'll never get that again because he's so like in his own world, not being, you know, a father, being about his education and things like that. So I understand why he is the way he is. I don't mind that. I actually like Gohan's development as a character. It's very, very unique. Something that I always liked about that is everybody has their own path that they took in the Dragon Ball world, and Gohan, whether you like him or not, has his own unique path, and that's what makes him very, very cool. But I want to see the Gohan come back that I saw on Namek, the one that beat up Cell, the one that did crazy stuff to Super Buu. I want that Gohan to come back, and we might actually get that. Unfortunately, it's just the movie doesn't feel like it's just that exciting yet. The only reason why I'm kind of jumping to conclusions right now is because Jump Festa is usually when they announce all the big stuff. And now that we kind of got the next, I guess, teaser for the movie, and we saw that we have, you know, I think they call it, his name is like Gamma or something like that. The 2 guys that we saw in the initial poster facing off against Gohan briefly. We saw Gohan with the cape come back, which is kind of cool, and then powering up. It kind of gave us an idea what to expect, and I feel like that's probably as good as it'll get. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that there's a whole nother villain that pops out that requires, you know, maybe Goku and Vegeta step in as well, which will probably give us that crazy factor that we're looking for, or that I'm looking for. But overall, right now, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm so on the fence. Which is funny because, like I said, I want to go on to the cool stuff. Now, something that I feel like we might get which I'm very excited about, is probably the next evolution for Gohan. Something they've been doing with Dragon Ball since Super came out is giving the character something that's unique to them. Like, for example, Goku got Ultra Instinct. We saw, without revealing any spoilers in case you haven't been keeping up, we saw what happens to Vegeta in the manga. And now we might have a potential where Gohan might get something outside of his ultimate form, because we see him powering up. Now, I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh yeah, he's clearly transforming into something based off of that 1 second clip. Because for all we know, he's just probably powering up, going into his ultimate form to take on Gamma or whoever else he's fighting at that current moment. That might be what's happening, because let's be real. At this point, they know what they're doing. If they toss out a clip of him powering up, transforming, or whatever he was doing, we're all going to talk about it and make videos like this. Therefore, we're giving them what Toei wants. So, I don't know what to expect off that couple second clip. And by the way, before anyone asks, I'm not going to use anything from the trailer in this, or not. I'm not even going to use photos. I might just take the images that we got for Gohan and use it as a thumbnail, but that's about it. You know how it gets with these copyright issues. So if you want to see the trailer, if there's an official link, I will link in the description below. If there is no link, then I don't know where to reference it. But if you look it up on YouTube, I'm sure you're going to find 1,000 different trailers for it. So if you want to go check it out, I highly recommend that. But yeah, overall, I don't know where this movie's going to go or what to expect yet, and I'm just not really fully drawn in, you know? I feel like the whole Red Ribbon thing at this point is so drawn out. It's been going on since Dragon Ball. Think about that. Red Ribbon Army has been a thing since Dragon Ball. We need something new. And the fact that we are now at a point where we're multiversal in the Dragon Ball world, they could have grabbed that from anywhere. They could have grabbed something from like Universe 11, Universe 2, Universe... They could have brought back the other universes. Universe 13 could have came back. And they could have done something with that. Well, that probably wouldn't make sense because it got completely erased. But you know what I mean? Is they could have grabbed from anywhere of the multiverses in the Dragon Ball world and it has had some kind of threat. I mean, for all you know, maybe like Goku and Vegeta get drawn off to go somewhere else, which only results in Piccolo and Gohan being left behind, which is why they end up being basically the main focus. And then maybe from there, they can toss in some kind of big threat, which is probably too crazy for Piccolo and Gohan to decide. Then they gotta figure out what they gotta do, whether they go into the time chamber for even an hour to get stronger and train, and then come out and face against the threat. There's a lot of potential to do something crazy and unique here, but I just feel like we're not gonna get it because I don't want to have my expectations too high. The problem is when you set expectations, that's when there's possible disappointment. So honestly, with how I've been going into this movie, I'm probably better off being like this than being overhyped, because the last thing I want to do is have all these crazy wild expectations for this movie only for me to walk in, watch it, and be like, oh, okay then. Because this is all we're gonna get Dragon Ball anime wise probably for the next couple years. Let's be real, you know. This movie's coming. Oh yeah, we also got a release date. It's coming out in April. If this movie's dropping in April, and again, Jump Festa is usually when they reveal all the crazy stuff, all the big news. This is probably as good as they're gonna get, unless they're planning to keep a couple surprises. So when a crazy villain pops up, then we're all like in the theater like, this is kind of cool. So yeah, what do you guys think? Comment section below. Let me know where you guys stand with everything we've seen for the Dragon Ball Dragon Ball superhero, I guess, trailers and leaks and info and stuff like that. And what else do you want to see in the movie? One thing that we need to see in the movie is I need to see an older Goten and Trunks. If Goten and Trunks still look 7 while Pan is growing up, actually like walking and talking, we're gonna have a problem. I'm more excited to see Goten and Trunks be their teenage selves than anything in this movie. But let's be real, I feel like they being Toei, expect that, and we're probably not even gonna see them in the movie at all. We just know there's someone walking off camera in their older forms, and we won't even get to see them. Watch that happen. I'm calling it right now. One last thing I want to talk about also is the animation. I actually don't mind the CG animation. You know, when they initially revealed that the movie was going to be all CGI, I was like, really? After the beautifulness that we saw in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, I was like, really? But it doesn't look that bad. It actually looks very, very good. You know, I saw some people were talking about how the movement looks kind of weird and janky, and I do see it, but it's not enough to bother me. I think what bothers me the most, the fact that we got this big tease of the beautiful animations that we saw in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, and we'll probably never see that ever again. That's what hurts. I want to see that. I want to see Dragon Ball only look like that from here on out. But at the same time, I understand there's probably a lot of resources that went into that, a lot of money, and it's one of those things where they can only do it as like a one-off. So if they do it as a one-off with Broly, I don't mind it at all. But still, after seeing that, that's all I want to see again. And anything outside of is always going to be a downgrade for me. So that's unfortunately a big side effect for what we saw with that movie. But as far as everything else, it doesn't look that bad. and I am still looking forward to watching it. My biggest fear is this ends up just being another version of Yo Son and Goku Friends Return, and what I mean by that is it's just like a fun, lighthearted slice of life movie that's not very serious at all. If you guys remember with that movie, all it really was is just like Goten and Trunks faced up against, what was it, Abu and Cabo? I think that's what their name was. I don't remember. It's been a while. And it was just fun without a real threat. They only did a movie just to have something Dragon Ball related, just kind of toss out there and call it a day. But the fact that this is actually in theaters is supposed to be like the big animation of the year for Dragon Ball, I just want more. I want it to be Dragon Ball Super Broly level, and I feel like based on what we saw so far, it won't be. What do you guys think? Am I on what it feels about that? Let me know in the comment section below. So yeah. All right, we're gonna end it right here. If there's anything else related to Jump Festa happening over the course of the next couple days, I'll make another video on it. But for now, I think this is probably as good as news that we'll get for Dragon Ball and 2022. So I guess let's discuss it down below and see where it goes. But yeah, the second we get more information, I'll make another video on it. But for now, I guess we'll end it right here. So let me know your thoughts. Again, I'm happy Gohan is back, and he looks like a badass. He looks amazing. I just want to see more. Which then again, I guess for a trailer, it serves its purpose. It's like enough of a teaser to be like, yeah, this is what it's going to be about. And then the rest of it will kind of unfold when the movie happens, which is what a trailer is supposed to be about. You don't want to reveal everything, so I get that. But again, Red Ribbon Armor come back. It's only Piccolo and Gohan. Goku and Vegeta are gods at this point. It doesn't feel like a real threat for now. So we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to end right here. So let me know your thoughts down below, everything we discussed. And I guess I'll see you guys in the comment section below. Peace.